Let's get more now on that exciting news that after almost 600 days, Australia's hard border has finally fallen. And that means families can now reunite and Australians will be able to holiday overseas. Passengers were met with claps and cheers as they disembarked at Sydney International Airport earlier this morning.
Welcome home!
Oh my God, paparazzi!
Imagine getting off a long-haul flight and being faced with all those cameras. Well, interstate travel between the two most populous states, Victoria and New South Wales, is also getting a whole lot easier from today. So let's go to Sydney's International Terminal, where reporter Ruby Cornish has been following all those reunions this morning. Ruby.
G'day, Lisa. Yeah, well, you had a taste of the atmosphere just there. It's been incredible to watch this airport transform over the morning. I got here at 5 o'clock and then we had a huge wave of people come through. After 6, we had about 3 flights touch down. The first one from Singapore, people pouring out these gates and some really beautiful, emotional, moving reunions. We had a woman being reunited with her mother for the first time in a long time. They were both weeping. Young couples who are excited to be here for their friends' weddings, people meeting new babies, people seeing, friends and family who are in hospital. Absolutely relieved to not have to take part in that 2-week hotel quarantine if you're flying into Sydney or Melbourne or the ACT. Some people still quite frustrated. We had some people explain that they were really upset that it's taken them so long to get back. And of course, people on their way to WA and places where you do still have to take part in quarantine, frustrated that they still have time to wait. We have staff that have come back. They've big cabin crews come through the doors as well. They're really excited to be working again. They were getting applauded as the planes touched down. They're getting applause as they walk out here. We had some staff outside just earlier singing "We Still Call Australia Home." So overall, just like a beautiful emotional atmosphere. We had a chat to a few people as they came through the gates. Let's have a listen to what they had to say.
I'm ecstatic. Like when we touched down this morning, it was just the energy on the plane was insane. It's so good to be back.
It's been really, really hard, and especially since my mum's actually sick, so I'm actually going to be heading straight to the hospital. So this was an impossible flight to get on, and I'm so relieved.
Feels great. I just even like walking through and hearing people speak with the Australian accent. It's just good to be back home.
And from today, Ruby, if you're fully vaccinated, you can leave the country.
Yeah, that's right, Lisa. There are still quite a few restrictions on our freedom with leaving the country. For example, we all need to have a PCR test within 72 hours of leaving Australia. We need to be fully vaccinated and have evidence of that. And of course, we need to take into account the rules of the countries we're visiting and the visa requirements there. But there is some good news. If you do want to get overseas, these are the countries that you will not have to do any quarantine in if you go to them. That is the United Kingdom, the US, Canada, Italy, Greece, Germany and South Africa. If you want to go to Thailand, you need to spend 1 night in quarantine, and in a week you can go to Singapore. So there are options there for you. You just heard from the Treasurer. You just heard before that many people have been buying tickets, record levels of international flights being sold. Also, we have some, interstate freedoms that are coming on board as well. In New South Wales, you can now travel from Sydney into the regions from today, so there'll be lots of reunions happening just in this state. And also, V-Line services have restarted too, and they're going to be resuming today for the ACT in New South Wales. So freedoms are slowly coming back, and as the time goes on, if those vaccination rates stay high, case numbers keep going down, we'll see more and more freedoms, Lisa.
Ruby Cornish, thank you.